Okie dokie.
So you guys started that chapter in the Thousand Year Door last week, or the week before, where you got on the train level.
Wait, was there a train? Oh, yeah, there was.
Yeah, with the penguin detective.
Yeah, I was getting my wires crossed. I thought that was in. There was also one in the original, so I was getting that mixed up with that. I think.
But how has your luxury vacation been going so far?
I was stabbed several times, so not very good.
I thought that was a weekend.
Definitely a lot more death than my last vacation.
So
But on the bright side, we did get a full night's rest.
Yes, and I did see when I was prepping the battle map for tonight that a lot of y'all hadn't fully healed yourselves yet, so make sure you recover your HP and resources and everything like that. But yeah, so there was some bad room service you guys were exposed to. Cal got stabbed a few times, and a very crucial and questionable decision was made last week. What was that?
Somebody put some
Whatever.
cannon that they shouldn't have.
It threw Benali threw the God, what is it?
The fog machine?
Yeah, the talisman into the cannon.
I certainly
Uh-huh.
did.
You can hear the smugness in his voice.
Listen, if I didn't do this, we wouldn't be fighting a train right now, so don't look at me like I did something wrong.
Why do you want to fight a train?
Why wouldn't you want to fight a train?
No one here can suplex it, that's why.
We have
No, not even you.
We have a bear and we have a dog man. I think we can do it.
We got this.
A dog man.
A dog man. I don't think that Connery's quite big enough for that, but Mitty certainly can.
Well, if we're basing this on 6, you're the best person to do it.
All right, so I believe I had narrated last time that you guys turned in for the evening, sort of worn out from the excursions in the storage car, and a bit of maybe complacency or negligence. Perhaps the historical record will go on to say, but you didn't really check on things. You just turned in, and were awoken from that hard-earned long rest by the feeling of the entire train almost lurching off the rails. And as you all clambered out of your respective bedchambers, or I think in Mitty's case, was it the hallway in the car?
Yep.
That you looked out to see near enough the roof of the car ahead of you seemingly blown out, with the large defensive cannon swiveling to point back at your car, leaking mist all around it.
You know, I just want to know how we didn't notice that there was a cannon on it when we first got on. How did we oversee that?
You did not. I believe it was pretty explicitly mentioned that there was a cannon.
Oh. Okay.
I just want to know how he missed all the screaming. Although then again, I was at 10 HP, so yeah, I was going to sleep soundly through the night regardless.
Alrighty, well, we are going to start a combat here, so you guys can let me bring you to the battle map.
You always assume it's going to be combat. We could have a rational discussion with the train.
And its giant fucking cannon that's pointed towards us? Yeah, I bet we can.
Okay, so everyone go ahead and roll initiative, but I do need to explain a few ground rules for this, the way this combat's going to work.
Ground rules that we will immediately ignore.
So, you guys are fighting the entire train.
What?
This is a case where the battle map is the boss. I have represented that by this token here, but that's not necessarily the entire enemy. Does that make sense?
So, like, we could hit anywhere on this map and we'd be hitting the train?
Correct. Now, what this aura around the token is going to refer to is the train, and sort of the fog entity that is possessing it is going to continue to move forward and push you guys further behind the train. I have other maps. There are more cars behind you. You will gradually run out of space here. If the train consumes all the cars before you guys beat it, there's no train to fall back on. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Fall off the train?
Correct. This enemy will at different times use mechanics that will try to knock you guys back or off. As a sort of just rule for this encounter, if anyone would be pushed off of the available territory, I'm going to give you one acrobatics check to try and maintain, grab back and onto the roof or maintain your balance or however it is. This is going to be a flat DC that just starts at a certain value, but every time anyone uses it, it gets higher globally.
Shit.
Could it be acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that.
Okay.
Minnie
But,
just sinks his claws in brute force. He doesn't look for a handhold. He just makes his own.
But if that check fails, or if for other extenuating circumstances, like you guys reach the last car and someone falls, then you are out of the fight, we'll say.
But not necessarily dead?
We'll see where the fiction carries us, but if you fall off, this train is going like 50 miles an hour.
So badly damaged at the very least.
Remember the tuck and roll. Honestly, Connor and Mitty would probably survive that. The rest of you.
I think it's probably also safe to say that if we're reduced to 0, we will fall off and just be a splatter on the tracks behind us.
That could also happen.
You just go flying off.
So
God, if you fall backwards off, you fall under one of the other train cars. That would.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So I will say, like, with the mechanics here, I am trying to pull from my MMO like background. Pay attention to your positioning and stuff. There's going to be some specific like area of effect things where your standing will matter.
It's
Feeling
nudist.
that with the cannon, that tight circles and lines will not be a good formation for us. Just a hunch.
Can I arm's length to keep from getting knocked off?
With that, let me roll the trans initiative. Everyone's rolling high.
See how long that lasts.
So, question for you, Ren.
Yeah,
Oh, so we're fighting on top of the train, right?
correct.
would it be safe to assume, since we're attacking the train, that attacking the inside of the train would also have the same effect?
It would. I will say, if you try to go inside the train, that will bring other difficulties.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is harder to leap from car to car if you're inside the cabin.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, we will go ahead then, unless there's any questions, we will get started. Alright, so it sounds like we'll begin. Well, one thing first. If you guys want to reposition yourselves at all, you can do so. Just don't move further ahead than Midi and Cal are now.
I'm putting here. Are we at the front or the back of the train? I'm assuming the back.
Like in terms of where you're looking at?
Like, what car? Are we in the last car or the first car?
You are towards the front. There's like, let me count. There are 4 cars behind you before empty space.
Okay.
So are we like gonna go? I guess I'm just making sure with the map we have. The second, what is the car to the side of us? Is that behind us or ahead of us?
So the car with the cannon is ahead of you.
Okay.
Where
Just
did
double check.
the ruler go? They changed the sidebar.
It's there. It looks like they put it. It's sideways now.
Yeah. So going this way, backwards is the direction the train's gonna be chasing you. There are 4 cars behind you.
Ooh.
It's like they changed the order of like where the ruler was for the GM. It's weird. But yeah, anyway, Conry, you have the floor.
So, so it doesn't matter where I'm standing on this train, I can just attack it, right?
Pretty much. As a reminder, being inside the like sort of red zone around the token is like a dead zone.
So, we die if we don't.
Yes, and it is going to move forward. So I wouldn't necessarily go stand here during your turn.
Okay, but like if I stayed where I am now?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Alright. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna start by punching the roof of the car with my Draconic Strike fire aspect.
Alrighty. The 14 will not hit as you strike the heavily armored train car.
Alright.
Yeah, that'll hit. Okay, 9 fire damage. As you punch it, your first blow doesn't seem to quite dent the metal. The other one leaves a faint sort of scorch mark across the metal, and as it does so, you realize fire didn't actually do all that much damage to it.
Alright. Then I'll use my bonus action for another one, and I'll try Ice Aspect for this one.
Does it say how often you can switch it?
I think it's every time. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Give me a second.
Because I actually don't know how that works.
It just says when you damage a target with an unarmed strike, you can change the damage type to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or poison. It doesn't say that there's a...
Okay, yeah. So you can change the damage type then.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit anyway.
Yeah, that will not. Okay, did you wish to move at all?
No, I'm gonna stick where I am right now.
Alrighty, so we'll move on to the Phantom train. Actually, can I do...
Oh, are you not gonna move?
Hmm?
Are you not gonna move?
No.
Okay.
We don't yet know how fast this thing will come at us.
Well, let us see.
Let's find
Uh,
out.
Conry, roll me a d6.
Oh god.
Alright, that's how far the mist advances.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, so for its action, the Phantom Train will start with a bit of Volt Iron. So that is a 22 to hit against Mish, and
Why me?
a
And that
20 to,
hits.
20 to hit against Conry.
A what hit?
A 20,
20
to
to
hit
hit.
your AC.
I have 17, so yeah, that hits.
Okay, so Mish, you take 5 lightning, and both of you take 5 lightning damage.
Well, that wakes me up.
Ouch.
Also, you guys will notice at the end of the Phantom Train's turn that the cannon in the car ahead takes aim and seems to begin preparing to fire. As with the picture, it seems to be centrally targeting the sort of middle of the car that you were on.
So when you say middle, do you mean as in like the middle, straight down the middle, or
I mean, like the image of the other car.
like about here-ish where we're all positioned?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like it can sense us or something.
So, like this. Can you guys see the square?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so that moves on to Mish.
Mish, upon seeing the cannon taking aim, just goes, "Guys, I think we have an issue."
Yeah, no shit. Start running.
And she books it to here-ish.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to go that way.
Okay, fine. Then she'll go the other way. She was here. Then she'll just go here. Yeah, that's within movement range. And she'll just attack the train with Charity in its spear mode. While triggering right of... You said you did your Dragon Fist and it was Fire Element?
Fire element didn't work. Or, well,
Okay, so
really too much.
she'll use Right of the Dawn. And she'll just strike at the train. Like, God, when did my life get so weird?
Alright. Oh, that's weird. It has
No, I
different
have to-
colors.
I hit myself for 1d4 1 sec.
1d6.
Okay, there we go.
You're
Oh yeah, 1d6, my bad. Up. God damn it! Alright, it's been a...
Okay, but you will notice the radiant damage does more than fine at piercing the sort of fog-covered hide of the train car.
Okay. And because I hit it, I'm going to activate Blood Curse of Exposure. Until the end of turn, the target loses resistances to the damage type. So because Charity's dealing piercing damage, because it's a spear, or would it be more relevant that it would deal radiant damage? Does anyone other than me have radiant damage?
Nope.
I have bear damage.
I can do radiant damage.
Then yeah, I'll just until the end of its next turn, it loses resistance to radiance.
Hold on a second, because I think you're doing that a little. Yeah, it's a reaction to when it takes damage to something that has resistance. Yeah, it doesn't have resistance to radiant damage, so you can't use the reaction there.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, I'll just hold off.
Could have used that when Connor punched
Yeah,
the fire.
when... Yeah. Well, if it has resistance to bear, I can use it to lower its resistance to bear.
Nothing resists bear.
I will say that the dark theme has way more color than the light theme does.
Yeah, it makes
And
it
the
pop.
dark theme also doesn't like flashbang me.
Alright.
Well, I think that means it's Midi's turn.
So I am going to go ahead and use one of my rages, and I will also activate my Winter's Boon.
Alrighty.
And I am going to use Tail Form.
Are your proficiency bonuses still +3?
I believe so. I don't think they've gone up yet.
Let me make sure. But I wasn't sure if they had one up yet.
Let's see.
No, they're still +3.
Yeah. I think that's next level?
It hits 4 at 9.
Oh, 9. Damn. Okay.
So 15 temporary hit points.
Yep. Alright. And then...
Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry. You have 2 attacks, Mish. Did you not want to attack a second time?
Oh, yeah, then she'll use her second attack with Radiance still active.
Okay, 16 more damage. Sorry. Go ahead, Midi.
Okay. So yeah, Midi is going to... Oh, I gotta count. Okay, I can go there. And then I am going to attack the thing. The train.
Alrighty. You gonna do so recklessly or just normal?
Yeah, I'll reckless. I haven't recklessed a lot. I gotta do that.
Aren't all attacks on the train kind of reckless?
Okay, it's a good thing I did reckless.
Yeah. Okay, that will hit.
Alright. Ooh,
Doing good damage.
yeah. Very happy about that. And then second attack.
Very happy.
Roll 20. Roll 20.
Huh?
What?
That's the exact same roll.
That's pretty roll 20 for you. I would have laughed at the damage. Was the same.
I would have too. Well, I would have loved if it was. Okay, and then that is all I can do.
Alright, that brings us to Venali
Oh,
then.
actually, I'm going to activate one of my charges of my poison, just to see if it works.
Gotcha. Unfortunately, it does not.
Okay. Midi will let the group know that the mechanical train not poisonable.
Huh.
Imagine
Surprise, surprise.
Listen, you gotta test that stuff.
Well, since that is one of the draconic damage types, we know not to bother with that at least.
Yeah. See, I'm helping.
Okay, I am going to step back and spread out. And yeah, I'll bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay.
In the hopes that I don't necessarily have to worry about keeping it with me because it is slow.
Where would you like it placed if it matters?
Yeah, next to me is fine.
I'd put it in front of you in case it does need to move.
Actually, if it does need to move, I could put it way behind me.
It's up to you. Wherever you want to put it.
Yeah, I'll play it safe. Put it. Well, I can't really, with the map being the way it is. I can't put it the full 60 feet behind me, but as far back as I can.
Okay, like if you want to put it like on the other car, you could do so.
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty. But a 17 will hit, so you can do the damage there. Okie dokie. And do you have an action still?
Yes, I am going to test out some other damage types. I'm going to use a sorcery point to fire off a firebolt changed to acid.
Alrighty.
You're gonna melt the steel beams with the acid.
That will hit.
Ooh,
Jesus.
solid damage.
Holy shit!
Nice.
So, quick question: what does making it vulnerable up the damage, or
It doubles it.
Yeah.
so what's the reaction from the train itself? Does it?
Well, the acid damage seems to do. Well, I don't know how to say this. The expected amount of damage, except for the fact that it did a lot of damage.
So it's naturally vulnerable.
Not vulnerable, it was just a really good damage roll.
Yeah.
But it's not
But could I
resistant
make
either.
that into more damage?
How?
By making it vulnerable?
Well, can you make it vulnerable? I thought you could only get rid of
Yes.
resistance. Oh.
Yeah, he can amplify it,
Then,
which
yeah.
is more damage, but he can do that.
Yeah.
So the way I read your mechanic and the reason why I agreed to the vulnerability thing is you can only do it on a attack that the creature normally would be resistant to.
Oh.
Ah,
Okay.
Turning resistance into vulnerability.
So if someone wanted to fireball a red dragon, you could make it actually like take good damage from the fireball, but you can't make something that would normally be neutral into double damage.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, we do know it's resistant to fire, so we could use that to
Yeah.
our advantage.
Yeah. Connor just needs to get a really good hit in.
Alright.
Yeah, but it's only against the triggering attack, so any other fire punches she throws would be, or he throws would be resistant.
So, because it says until the end of turn. So,
Does it? Let me read it. I would definitely not do vulnerability until the end of turn.
because they have to make a save first.
Make it like next attack or something.
Yeah, the vulnerability will be from the attack. Giving an entire round of vulnerability to a damage type is dangerous when you have a monk that can do that shit.
Mm.
Because that's like, if she really wanted to, Juju could do like 4 hits of that damage type in that time frame.
Which would equate to 8 hits. Or as they call it, ora ora ora.
Oh my
They call that a monk with a 2-level dip-in fighter for action surge.
Oh god. That'd be 16 hits.
I should do that with Connor.
Wait, key and fighting surge they don't stack, they're independent?
I mean, you wouldn't get the bonus action Flurry of Blows both times, because that's not part of the attack action, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it'd
you could
be
use it on an
six
action
attack.
surge, absolutely.
so
I
12.
see.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with an action surge and a flurry of blows, a monk at base can get 6 attacks, which is stupid.
That is a lot of attacks. So what it sounds like is that you need to figure out a way. When does fighters get their fourth attack at level 20, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
But if you went a little bit of a dip into Beast Barbarian and went with Claws, then you could get 7 hits in.
Yeah, but like I would need natural weapons though.
True. We're just talking about, I'm assuming, just
The stupid
not,
meta
not
heads.
yeah, being stupid, not actually focusing on being good.
Yeah.
That would also be an incredibly mad as hell build.
Alright, so it would be moving on to Cal's turn, but legendary action here. The train is going to ram itself.
Giggity?
So I need everybody to make a dexterity save.
Oh no. Oh, I get advantage on them.
Correct, because you have danger sense.
Yay!
Oh, honey.
Oh no.
Yay!
Okay, so everyone passed except for Cal, it looks like.
Very cool.
Who arguably should be one of the better ones at it.
But did I literally? Yeah, I rolled a
You
fucking
rolled a
2.
2?
I rolled a 2.
Oh no.
Okay, so everyone that's not Cal, you are knocked 5 feet back. You are prone. Cal, I need you to make me an acrobatics or an athletics check.
What in the world?
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
I have
How?
an 8. Yeah, I have an 8 in that.
That's a natural
We
1.
do have a destiny token we could flip if we want to take that chance.
Am I able? I don't know what what the train is going to do. I don't know why I was calling the train a he. I don't know what it's going to be doing, but if it attacks, can I uncanny dodge, or is this just to keep me from falling off?
Yeah, this uncanny dodge is for an attack roll. You don't
Okay.
have well, it wouldn't even evasion wouldn't matter at this point because it's not doing damage to you.
Is Cal going to be flying this backwards towards us?
Correct.
Could I, despite being on the floor, try and catch him with my tail?
How does the tail reaction normally work?
It's normally just gives me AC. But I was
Well,
thinking of using it as
Like
a limb or something for him to grab onto.
If not, I'll use the story point. I'll try it. If that for some reason isn't kosher.
I'll say this. You can use the story point to just make the MIDI tail thing work, or I'm going to have to make MIDI roll to try and, make that catch, if that makes sense. That'll be hard because you're busting your own ass and also having to catch Cal.
Yep. Probably should do the story point, just so that we don't need to worry about the whims of fate that have currently been attempting to destroy us. Oh, you?
Yeah, I'll use it. I don't know if I need to refresh roll 20, but I am feeling really attacked right now.
Okay, so Cal was, while the rest of you were knocked to your feet, Cal was knocked just enough into the air that they seemed to lose their connection with the train's momentum. And as you guys watched, your elfin friend started to fly to the cars behind before Middy's tail, which, how does the bear tail look?
It's supposedly, well, it does piercing damage, so I imagine it's like long and very pointy. It's very disturbing.
So like
So
a
is it like an
gargoyle tail?
alligator tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it hairy?
So this tail, spade tipped, just whips out, and Cal manages to grab on at the last second to avoid flying off.
It's an elongated bear tail. They've got those tiny little tails. This one's like 7 feet long and barbed.
I just imagine it being like a rat tail, but at the very end is the bear poof ball. But the bear poof ball is like porcupine spines.
Do I have to roll for damage for holding on to the spiny tail?
You do not. It is your turn. I'll say that you are also prone like the rest of them, so you'll need to use half your movement to stand up. But otherwise, you can take your action and stuff. Although I will say, token used aside, that was a failure for the global check, so the DC has increased.
Okay. Well, at least you're alive.
Man, this
That's all that
This
matters.
would be a much more difficult fight if we lost the rogue in round 1.
Yep.
like that was literally two really shitty rolls back to back.
Yeah, it was.
It somehow got worse with that second one.
I don't trust roll 20.
You're scared to roll.
I had an idea, but I don't know how stupid it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how dumb would it be to try to throw a jelly popper into the cannon?
I believe because you're so far down the car now, I think that's out of range of the jelly popper.
Is it?
Not just that, it's going forward too.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, because the other car isn't actually next to us. It's
Right,
ahead of
it's
us.
ahead of us.
So, I mean, you could run forward and try and chuck it, but that's putting yourself in danger.
It'd also be like spitting in the wind.
If only one of us had the catapult spell.
True.
Now, I mean, you're welcome to, throw it at the car if you want to, but the cannon's probably out of reach.
If I throw it behind me for it to get one of the cars way back, is that doable? Or is that
Yeah.
stupid?
It's doable, but that means that the napalm will be back there.
Correct, but I would think that by the time we get a couple cars back that the wind and stuff would have taken care of it. I don't know how napalm works.
It doesn't go out very easily.
Okay.
So the way the jelly poppers work, it's kind of like Mish's curse. You can prime it and put napalm on them so that the next person that does fire damage to it ignites the napalm.
Ooh.
In general, in this instance, that is maybe more or less good because you know the train's resistant to fire in the first place.
But that would work really well with Mish's curse. It's risky, but it might.
I'll give it a shot. I'm
Oh,
already
dear.
rolling terribly. I might as well just, like, dig out.
Just embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, so use your dagger, like the ranged dagger profile for this because it's the same difference. You are going to be rolling at disadvantage here because of circumstances. You could use your bonus action to aim, which would make it a flat roll if you want to.
I was gonna ask that, actually. Because I do have steady aim.
Correct, yeah.
Can I do that?
Yes, you could. You will not be able to move, though.
That's okay.
Okay, so flat roll will use the dagger throwing thing. You're trying to hit its AC. What'd you do? Okay.
It heard me talking shit.
That indeed.
Do you have? I believe the jelly popper does 1 damage for base, right? Do you have the item in your inventory?
I do, but it does not. I did not put any stats in because I'm a moron.
Yeah. When I give you guys magic items, please, write the information down.
You require too much of me. You think I'm gonna do that?
No, I really don't require too much of you. But yeah, I'm pretty certain it was 1 damage plus the napalm. So
That sounds about,
1
yeah.
damage. Hold on. That would be sneak attack. Okay, so just roll your sneak attack damage because it's 1 plus that.
Oh my god.
Threw that jelly popper really hard.
Got it right in the sweet spot. Between the ribs.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Roll
18 damage
twice.
jelly popper.
What the fuck? Alright.
Sorry, roll 20.
Well, that equalized really hard. Holy shit.
Okay, so in 1 round, all of you guys did 96 damage.
Hot damn.
Holy shit.
You threw that in the cannon?
No, we ended up throwing it back along the back of the truck. Train,
Oh.
whatever.
Yeah, I would say it impacted a couple cars behind you.
Okay, so once we get to that, Connor can punch it.
Gotcha.
Just as a reminder, not saying that it needs to be done this way, but when we get to that point, I do have Fireball.
Oh, yeah, that would probably be better.
Okay, be Connery's turn now, but there's going to be 1 more legendary action. Oh shoot, I missed a mechanic, damn it. Okay, I'll say first he'll Volt Iron you guys again. That will be a 22 to hit Venali, which hits, and a 13 midi.
Oh, that's definitely a miss. Wait, it gets, it's an attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, it gets advantage.
That's fair, yeah, because of reckless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's 25 to hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not going to use my reaction.
Okay, so 9 lightning to Vinali and 4 lightning to Midi.
Oh,
I'm
lightning.
gonna absorb elements.
Okie dokie.
Benali has become a lightning bender.
Okay, so you rated Blackwing Descent, was it, Drew?
Oh no.
So I had a thing written here that I forgot to do as you guys did 96 damage to it in a round. It has a passive called Crackle.
Oh no.
What does that do?
Whenever the Phantom Train loses a quarter of its maximum hit points, lightning surges from it, dealing damage to all enemies. And you guys did 3/4 of its base HP in one round.
This is gonna hurt. Well, Benali, at least you...
my absorb elements.
Wait, doesn't that last till end of round?
I believe it's just that one instance. Let me check.
I thought it lasted like Shield, where it keeps going until your next turn.
Resistance triggering damage type. Oh, until the start of your next turn. Okay, good.
Yeah. Honda S.
Yeah, that's my last name, Hondes.
Honda S.
Okay, so
This is going to hurt.
so you all take 21 lightning damage.
Oh, does it take frost damage from both instances? Actually, how does that work? Is it only melee attack?
That will matter here.
I don't have Armor of Agathis written down for some reason. I will
Me
fix
neither.
that. I have everything else about the ability. Just don't have that.
If a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points.
Okay.
And neither of those were melee attacks, unfortunately.
Could the argument be made that I am on top of it?
No, thematically, what Volt Iron is the mist siphoning the electricity of the track and projecting it at you.
Fair.
How much was the damage again?
21, did I say, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You said
so
lightning damage?
10.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so I take 10.
Sorry, I should have done that in different portions. I just forgot I gave him that mechanic.
Summon.
Okay. But, brings us to Conry's turn.
Okay, well, first thing I'm gonna do is back a bit. Oh wait, was I prone?
You were.
Yeah, we're all prone.
Okay, then I can't move, can I?
It's half
can
your
s-
movement to stand up.
Okay, so with my movement is... What's my movement?
Like 40, 45?
So I can move 20. Take 20 to stand up and then 20 to move.
Mm-hmm.
So then I need to be here. And I'm going to... I'm just gonna do more punching. That's what I'm best at, is punching stuff.
That'll hit.
And I'm gonna... Since I didn't hit it last time, I'm gonna try for ice.
Alrighty.
Or cold, I guess. Oh, let me click the thing.
Okay, so you will also notice that cold does half damage.
So we've done fire, cold, poison, and acid,
And radiant.
and radiant.
And
Ra-
force, but nothing's resistant or vulnerable to force.
Yeah.
Alright, well then on my next one, I suppose I'll try lightning. Oh wait, this is metal, it's conductive, y'all might get a shock.
And yeah, considering he's been using lightning.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
There are
The
some
things
weird
that use
elemental
lightning aren't
interactions.
going to be insulated against the thing that they need, right?
Do you want to do lightning damage to it?
Yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a try if it even hits.
I love that.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's a lot of lightning.
It takes 20 lightning damage.
Ooh.
All of you take 5
Oh.
lightning damage.
Ah! Do I take that too?
Correct.
Alright, I'm down to 15 hit points.
Yeah.
Not do that.
As you punch it, the electrically powered train does conduct electricity very well, and you see that the entire car seems to like spark for a second, but all of you feel that as well.
Grr, grr, grr.
Oh god.
Do we all take 5?
Correct.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oof.
My bad.
Luckily, it's still not my turn yet, so I still have resistance.
You're getting mileage out of that level 1 spell slot.
Yeah, I am. Holy shit.
Alright, I think you still have a bonus action.
Alright, I'm going to try.
You have acid, right? Acid is effective.
It works. What other elements haven't we tried, though? You do psychic?
No, I don't have some.
I think you've tried every element that the Dragon Fist gives.
Ah.
Yeah,
it's-
acid,
it's-
cold,
you don't get
fire,
thunder,
lightning,
right?
poison. What?
You don't get thunder, right?
No, I get lightning. I get acid, cold, fire, lightning, or... Can I do a draconic strike without an element?
That's just called punching, yeah.
Can I just punch this fucker and see if that works? My martial arts move?
Yeah, like the Draconic Strike elemental thing is voluntary. You don't have to put an element into your attack.
Alright. Then I'm gonna try one more time with no element and see how that works.
You at least consistently roll high to hit.
Yeah, that's the element.
Alright.
It's 2 max damage punches.
So with that, before the train could get a second turn, its health bar has been depleted.
Ah!
So it
Oh
has-
no.
So first of all, Crackle.
Gosh. You're getting even more mileage out of Anoli.
Okay, so you all
This
Yeah.
might still fuck me over, though.
you all take 10 lightning damage.
Oh my god.
I'm down to 5 hit points. I'm gonna die.
I'm at 18. How am I ahead of everybody?
Resistance, man. It's a hell of a drug.
It really is. How much did you say? 10?
10, yeah.
At 53.
Jeez.
What?
You didn't even have resistance.
Well, I had 15 temp HP.
True. You also had bear.
I'm also bear.
Okay.
I have 10 HP. Ow.
I think I have like more HP than all of you combined right now.
Yes, and you also have 10 HP on top of it.
Had temp HP on top of that.
Okay. As the you guys deal, or Conry does one further punch, and just the collective damage you guys have inflicted, you notice that the car you are on has been severely fucked up. I mean, there are gouges in the the roof of it. You can see down into the storage compartment below. See the battlefield of last night. You see that the mist that's been coalescing all around the train seems to be like breaking and having trouble forming. It's less coming up over the top of the train and more sort of dragging below it now. You all will hear a feminine voice, but not a familiar one to nearly all of you. It's not the voice you heard in the Arcanery or returning from Pandemonium, but you will hear her say, Drat almost had them too. And the only person that recognizes that voice is Conry. And that floors you, Conry, because you don't recognize anything.
Yeah. What? Who was that?
You just heard a voice.
Going crazy.
After that,
Oh, hello.
the train is going to disappear. And this is what remains of the fog for you to fight.
Okay.
So,
Phase 2.
I don't mean to be that player, but I need healing. Or rather, we all need healing.
Everybody should have health potions, right?
No.
No.
I've got spell slots aplenty. I can cast Aura Vitality and start popping off heals.
Alright. So, now that Conry's turn is over, it would be the train's turn. A couple things happen. First of all, the Ray Auger cannon goes off.
Well, shit.
So, you are all out of the core blast zone. That's a good thing. However, I do need everyone to make a Constitution save.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oof.
Alright, Mitty.
Do you think you succeeded that?
I don't know. We'll find out. It could go either way.
Alright. In an interesting turn of events, Cal, you pass. Yeah, so it is Cal and Mitty that are fine. The others fail, so...
I have come. Oh god. I'm just looking.
Alright, so, what did I write it at? Alright, so, Vinali, Conry, and Mish are knocked off of the current car.
And on to the next one?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Assuming you guys make your checks.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
So-
for God.
I'm playing a game like I do every Sunday.
Oh dear.
So I'm going to go in order of the Roll20 log here. So Vinali, acrobatics or athletics check?
Alright, big money, no whammies.
Hey.
You succeed. So next would be Conry, acrobatics or athletics?
I'm going acrobatics.
Just made it. The DC goes up again. So last we believe we were at Mish, acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics. Well, I'm dead.
You're not dead.
You said it like that.
You're just at 0 hit points and dying.
so I think I should. I'm gonna have to lose the cannon, but let me change maps here. Okay, so Vinali and Conry managed to catch the car behind you guys. Mish, you were knocked off the train the same way that everyone else is, pretty much, when the huge cannon levels at your car and releases a pressurized blast of force energy that turns the. Oh, hold on, I have a better thing. But it turns the roof that you had already damaged of the car into mincemeat. I have an actual thing for this. Hey, there we go. But whereas the others managed to scrabble and catch on to another car, you have this vertigo-inducing moment where you are looking up at the sky and you see open ground behind you or underneath you.
So wait, so where am I?
You were knocked off the car. You are hanging over the void. Do you
Oh.
do anything? Do you pray? Do you cry?
Can Mish attempt to pull herself up?
You
You are flying out. It seems
You're
like you
in
are
midair
out of
right
that
now.
plane.
Do I have anything? Wait a minute.
Your spear has reach, right? You could maybe stab the side of the car.
Question about the pulse wave.
Mm-hmm.
So like, which way, in which direction, like, is her momentum?
Wait, the pulse wave was the one that broke, right?
Well,
what
wait, do I
what pulse
have-
wave?
The cylinder that you
Oh.
got from.
I could have
Here,
sworn I
I-
had another one.
No, it was the suck.
Yeah, that's pulse wave. It's
Oh.
suck or blow.
Oh, then yeah, that's the one that broke.
I
You
could
do
have sworn I
have
had another one.
You do. It's for wither and bloom.
Oh, where the hell is it? Oh, okay, well, in that case, since Charity's still in its spear mode, can she attempt to use it to, like, stab the side of the train to at least catch herself?
Since you already failed the sort of saving throw, I'll give you this. I'll give you 20% odds. Roll me a d100.
Oh, great. And what was the name of the spell that I still had?
Wither and bloom, I believe.
Okay. Roll a d100, you said?
Correct. Yeah, it's wither and bloom. It's from Strixhaven. Unfortunately, that's not 20% odds.
So then, is there anything I can do that prevents falling to the end? Because I don't have rope. I literally have nothing.
So, those of you still on the car have literally a split second because the train's going so fast, where you see Mish falling into the void, the terrified expression of the cat girl that you've traveled with for these months, as she begins to fall into the blanket of white being left behind by the train as it speeds towards its destination. You see her hit the fog embankment, and you don't see her again. Mish, as you hit the fog, you feel a slender arm grab you by the scruff, and the voice in your ear, "Oh, I did get one."
And yeah, so just to not interrupt, everyone just sees that. Mish just like mumbling prayers though. Whoever's the closest, I guess,
We're
who
about
would be the
like
clo-
5 miles north of you.
Oh, so no one would be able to hear it. But yeah, she's basically just like mumbling funeral, like a funeral rite, just in case. So she's out of the fight, basically.
Yes, Mish is out
Okay.
of the fight. The renegade is going to take its turn. It's going to run. You see it pick up and sort of, with a flying levitation maneuver, fly 120 feet forward into the cannon, disappearing down the barrel and vanishing. So at that point, combat has come to a close.
Fuck.
The train is still speeding along.
It is, in fact, speeding very, very quickly along.
Oh god, we're gonna crash.
As you guys are kind of bruisedly, not picking yourselves up because you're kind of having to duck low and hold on to the car to avoid being blown off. But as you kind of look around, you do see you're the only people. You know, no one seems to be moving in the cars below. You don't see any sign of activity from the cars ahead of you. The cannon has gone still. The fog seems to have all but disappeared. But the train is rocketing still on its destination. Those of you that have more than a single digit of HP, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
I will spend a sorcery point to re-roll that, because I imagine a 6 fails, whatever it is I might be able to see.
Yes, it does.
Nice. That's much better.
Okay, well, you fail, Vanala. You're too preoccupied with the events to notice. But DC was pretty low for this, thankfully, Midi. You're rocketing forward. You're noticing now that the combat's over, that you're not on the tracks anymore. The train is beelining towards the wall of fog.
Ah,
Ah. Ah. Ah.
well. At that, Midi will do what he does best and make rash decisions. He is going to scream out loud enough so hopefully the guys in the back can hear. Get off the train now. He's going to run over to Cal, pick him up, and then jump off the train.
Alrighty.
Midi's going to try and use himself as a cushion.
Mm-hmm. So the two of you that picked yourselves up on the car behind see Midi scoop up Cal and take a graceful dive off the edge of the train.
And,
Gotta follow the bear.
yeah, you're looking pretty hurt too, right?
Yeah. I'm at 5 HP.
Okay, yeah, I am going to go ahead and cast Aid on myself and Conry at 3rd level, so we each get 10 extra hit points, And I'm actually going to do the same thing as the bear and grab Connery and jump off and try to cushion his fall.
Oof.
Okay, can I have both of the saviors then make strength save? Strength or con save? Which one would be more appropriate?
I'm weathering
Con
a
save,
blow.
I think con save in this regard.
Yeah, I feel like Constitution here would be relevant. So Constitution saves from the two of you, which is good for Midi.
Yeah. It's actually good for him too.
Yeah. Pretty well.
Sorcerers do
actually.
be sturdy, just not in a way that gives them hit points.
So let me think. Oh, you're lucky. These dice are rolling so low.
Whew.
Oh, no.
Okay. 10 damage to the rescuers as you hit the ground, going, very quickly.
Question.
Yes.
Would I still be raging?
This was so soon after the fight, I would say this is like your first turn after, so yes.
So would this be blunt damage?
Yes, it would, technically.
Okay. So I can
You would take
have it.
5.
Sweet, thank
That was 4d6, but I rolled a 1, 2, 1, and 4.
you.
We take those.
Yeah. Okay, but you guys hit the ground and roll, trying to protect your more injured friends. As pretty quickly, once you stop spiraling on the ground, you see the train whip past you guys, moving at such speed and electricity still crackling underneath it, such that even off the rail, it still seems to be just gliding over the topography as it's just heading silently into the wall of fog.
As I pick myself up and dust myself off, I am immediately looking around to see if I can see where Mish disappeared.
Yeah, you look around as other people start picking themselves up. You even march back a ways from the direction you were coming, thinking that she may be back there, but cursory inspection, even if you take a few minutes here, you don't see the acolyte.
Well, fuck it. This is why I have spell slots. I'm gonna cast Sending to Mish.
You still have a what is it, 3rd level spell?
Yeah, I've got one left after this too. I haven't spent any.
Gotcha. Okay.
And do you still have like spell points to convert?
Yes, I could do that as well. Just
Okay.
barely. I have enough to make another 3rd level if I needed it.
Well, let's do this. You're gonna cast Sending. Before we get to that, I'll need to flash over to Mish to explain a few things. But what are the other train survivors doing as Finale's getting up and looking around?
How far away are we from the group?
From the
other two that jumped.
60 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So Mitty will just check to make sure that Cal's okay. Kind of dust himself off.
I am hurting, but I am alive, so I'll take it.
Well, that's good.
Connery is also in a lot of pain, and he's kind of breathing on the floor.
I guess Mitty will go around distributing health potions then.
Alrighty.
I've got 3 on me. So anybody that wants one can take one.
I would-
Don't waste them yet. I can heal us all up fairly quickly.
Please. Please.
Okay. What would you like to send to Mish?
Just, are you still alive? Do you see anything around you that could help us find you?
Gotcha. All right. So, Mish, you fell into the mist, felt something grab you, and heard that voice.
Mm-hmm.
For a moment, it was like you were being drowned in a bubble bath, warm and obscured by a fuzzy white that you couldn't see anything through. But it was momentary, like a baptism pulled up as soon as you went down.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing you know, you are being scruffed by the back of your armor in a dimly lit wooden room. You see tables and chairs with beverages and writing materials, gold, that kind of thing, scattered about the place, almost like a tavern.
Quick question: when you say scruff, like, are they grabbing the back of that pinch of nerves on her neck, or are they just dragging her by her coat and such?
You're sort of being held up by the coat.
Okay. Because like, if they did grab her by that bundle of nerves, like, she literally wouldn't be able to move.
Biological imperative there.
Pretty much.
But you see in this dimly lit room, there are a couple of individuals you see briefly around, all of whom are wearing light-colored clothing. With as you try to cast your glance at their faces, they're all covered with black. As you are turned, you see who is holding you, and you come face to face with a beautiful woman with sort of what you gauge as like a middle of her back length black hair. It's feathery and light and it's framing her face. She has deep, deep dark eyes, like pools of tar almost, that she's glaring down at you with a slight upturned Tictor smile. She has a elegant dress on that looks like it's more expensive than like it would cost more gold than most average hunters would see in a year. Tailored expertly to accentuate her figure and her natural beauty. And she dumps you to fall onto the wooden floorboards beneath you and says in a lilting voice, "Well, boys, we caught one fishing after all."
Caught one what?
Nice to come face to face with the one who has caused the Queen so much trouble.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Introductions first, then. You may call me Yora. I am a secret keeper. She'll just smile at you. And I think that is where we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, thank God, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Alrighty then.